So these life metrics that I'm going to talk about in this video are going to be measurable. And by accomplishing the goals that you have set for yourself numerically, you're going to grow as a person in those areas. Because you're going to be concise. You're going to have data to track your progress. As I said, all these things that I'm going to talk about, you can measure them and you can put numerical data to track your progress. Number 1. Physical toughness. So what I mean by physical toughness is how tough you are physically, how strong you are, how much discomfort can you bear by pushing yourself to your limits. Do you train? And if you train, do you train hard enough? How does your training look like? This is going to be a really fun thing to do because one, you're going to measure it, you can challenge yourself, you can really measure yourself, and by doing that, not only you get stronger and not only you get the confidence, but also you look better. You're going to look fitter. A trained body is always going to be better than a body that is not trained. So how are you going to measure your physical toughness? First thing that I want you to know is that it is subjective. I don't want you to compare yourself with other people, but what I want you to do is every single session, every single workout that you do, push yourself, really work hard, track the intensity level. It's gonna vary on how you train, the type of training that you follow, but these things are measurable. So personally, what I like to do is every single morning, I train 5 times per week. So every single morning, I train really tough, I train really hard. I go to failure. If you're not familiar with training to failure means just pushing your body and training to the point where your body is really fatigued that it cannot go more reps. So let's say I'm doing push-ups. I'm training, I go to failure, I track the reps, or I track the weights, how many weights that I had on my back. Or for you, if you're training at the gym, you can track the weights that you lift, also the numbers. So for myself, after I finish the push-up, I'm gonna write, alright, I did 20 push-ups with 5 kg on my back. And the next session, I'm gonna try maybe to add the weights or the rep. So next time it's gonna be 22 push-ups or 30 push-ups or 6 kg. You get the idea. I'm telling you, there's just something about it. Physical toughness. When you are really strong, the feeling out of it is gonna be insane. The confidence that you're gonna get when you train to failure and when you really measure your physical toughness is gonna teach you what failing is. It's gonna teach you to get back up and do more. And as a life metric, when you use fitness, physical toughness, you're gonna look better, you're gonna be healthier, a lot of things are gonna start changing. Definitely measure it, challenge yourself, and get better. Alright, number 2, sleep. A lot of us underestimate the power of sleep, right? Like for me personally, I just sleep and sometimes I get up and be like, you know what? I got like 3 hours sleep, but I don't care, man. Like, let's go out. But unfortunately, your sleep is the biggest thing that's gonna dictate your performance throughout your day. If you wanna be productive, sleep. If you wanna train hard, sleep. If you wanna have amazing conversations with people, sleep. Have a restful night. And it's also crucial for your mental well-being, for your mental health. If you're not sleeping well, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get up, you don't have a restful mind, you're gonna have really like bad thoughts, negative thoughts. You go out and you transmit that negative energy to other people. You're not gonna have the energy when you're talking to people. You're just gonna be sluggish, you're just gonna be groggy. And people notice that and they might not know that you had a horrible night's sleep, and they're gonna be like, you know what, this person is not interested, so just let that person live his life. Let me live my life. And also, you're gonna be better at controlling your emotions. Have you ever had a day that you were like really hot-tempered? You cannot control your emotions. Everything that comes your way is just something that makes you angry. But let me tell you, it might be from your bad sleep. And one of the worst things that could happen if you're not sleeping is you're not gonna be logical throughout your day. You're gonna decide things not from your logic but from emotions. Because your mind is not rested enough, it's not gonna perform well. So if you sleep better, you're gonna rest better and your mind is gonna perform better. You're gonna be logical. Your decisions are gonna be accurate. Come on, I'm telling you all these benefits. At least right now, you gotta be motivated. But here, I'm not saying you just gotta sleep all day, but I'm just saying if you're not doing something meaningful, if you're not working, if you're not having a family time, if you're not enjoying, don't be in your bed scrolling through your phone doing nothing, doing meaningless activities. Do you want to trade all these benefits that I've told you just for social media, just for pleasurable activity? So please focus on your sleep. And how do you measure it? You're gonna measure it by using devices, but the best thing that you can do to measure your sleep is not by having those devices, by having a tracker on your phone. The best measurement is how you feel after you wake up. The more restful you feel, the higher the score. Increase your sleep score. That is the other metric that I want you to focus on. Let's go to the third one, your nutrition. This is by far the easiest to measure. You can search online, you know how much calories it has, and boom, you know how much calories you're eating. Again, here the main point is to nurture performance, to nurture the body, because you really need it. For example, if you want to study for hours and get a better results, if your body doesn't have the energy, you're gonna be sluggish and you don't even have the mental capacity to understand what you have read. For your physical toughness that we talked about, if you want to be physically better, look better, and if you want to be physically stronger and tougher, you need to nurture your body with the nutrients that it needs. That's gonna help you with your training. Nutrition is a no joke. You help your body is gonna help you. Alright, number 4, reading. So something that is interesting about reading is you're not gonna lose anything. By reading, you're gonna gain knowledge, you're gonna gain experiences. If you read, let's say, 2-3 books, you're having at least 3 people's way of seeing the world. And in one book, it's not about just one person's perspective, but a lot of things. You're gonna learn a lot about life without actually going through the problems that the book might use to tell you. But you need to be consistent with reading books, alright? You cannot just read one page and then forget about it and then get back to reading after 2 weeks, after a month. No, man, just have easy goals. Maybe just reading 1 page a day. And then you're gonna increase that through time. Reading, something that you can measure, something that you can have a data to change your life. Alright, number 5, listening. A lot of us are not listening. We're not listening when other people are talking. Because a lot of us nowadays are living in the future, not in the moment. But when you start living in the moment, you're gonna listen more. And by listening more, you're gonna make the other person feel appreciated. And as you know, the best topic that people want to talk about is about themselves. And when they start talking, you gotta listen. They're gonna be like, you know what? This person is a very kind person. Because you make them express themselves. So how are you gonna measure it? I want you to count how many times you were not in the present moment throughout your day when you are talking to people. So whenever you're not present, whenever you're not listening to other person, or just count how much disrespectful things that you do throughout your day when you're talking to people. But make it a habit to listen more to people.